Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. This is going to be a quite quick one, not a long one. And in this video I'm going to show you guys the new godly, which is Johnny Infinite Spin. And for him, I currently have triple S attack, range and SPA with Glitch Glorious and also max skill tree on the critical aspect. And yeah, in this video I'm going to do a showcase on him. A quick showcase, it won't take that long. And also I will explain why this guy is the best unit in the entire game right now. Better than Gilgamesh, yes. Stat wise he's better than Gilgamesh, but like when you actually use him, it might not be the case. But overall this unit is nuts. Okay, so first of all, on placement he's similar to Gilgamesh in the sense that you get 2 units instead of 1, but the big difference is that he costs 900 to place down. He costs as much as Ichigo to place down, and you get 2 units. And you know what's better than that? Both units deal insane damage. Johnny alone deal almost 9 million damage with 60 range and less than 2 second SPA, okay? That is nuts. And also his summon, which is his stand, Tusk Act 4, dealing 40 million damage. This is Gilgamesh level damage on placement and he only costs 900. Okay, yeah, this guy is the best unit in the entire game. It's not even close. He has 75 range and less than 3 second SPA. So both of these units alone is already nuts. And you know what's better than that? They don't really have a lot of upgrade, but they do cost a lot. Which is not really that surprising. And for God Lily, there's no God Lily. As you can see right here, I have Wonder Review on my first slot. So this is all Johnny. Like all of the buff that Tusk Act 4 and Johnny has on the spreadsheet right now, he does this all on his own. There's no unit buffing him. He does all of this by himself, okay? So let's go into passive right now. Also, he's going to be water and physical, and his godly passive is going to be similar to Frieren in a sense that he's basically going to get stronger the more physical unit there are in the slot, and he will also buff the physical unit in your slot. And yeah, that is his godly passive. Not really an insanely strong one, but that makes it so that he's actually a really good second slot unit, which can basically compete with Ichigo now. Alright, let's go with his passive. Now, with his passive, if you actually first got Johnny Godly, you will not have Tusk Act 4. You will actually have Tusk Act 1, 2, 3, and then 4. But once you actually, get Tusk Act 4 in game, every time you place him down, you will immediately get Tusk Act 4. So you don't need to basically slowly evolve him back to Tusk Act 4 from 1. So yeah. So passive. For the main unit, Johnny, he's going to have 2 passive on placement. The first one is called Growing Resolve. Now, this passive doesn't really work, most of them, because as you can see for Act 1 and 3, it doesn't work because, it's Tusk Act 4 immediately. But on Tusk Act 4, he will decrease SPA and also increase range and damage, and he will also be immune to stun, and he will also have a plus 10% nail damage. Now for nail damage, as you can see there's a nail bar right here. It's going to be a whole nother thing that I will discuss later on. Now, every third attack, Johnny will perform on the same enemy, perform different function based on his current Tusk Act. And since he's on Tusk Act 4, he will inflict stun, perform a 100% damage follow-up attack, ignore elemental resistance, and deal 10% damage every 1 second. And for 5 seconds, and apply shred as well. So this passive alone is already nuts because he has a 1.7 second SPA. And so basically every 3 attack, which is like basically around like 4 seconds with this SPA, he will keep inflicting stun, he will perform a 100% attack follow-up, and he will also deal shred as well on top of that. So that is nuts. So this guy stun enemies as well. And for Golden Nail, which is his second passive, which will basically intertwine with his nail bar right here. So Johnny has 10 nail upon placement, which operate on their own SPA. Nail regenerate an SPA scale of Tusk current act. And since again this is Tusk Act 4, fire nail every 10 seconds and regenerate 1 nail every 7 seconds. So what this means is that Johnny basically has like a whole nother attack that basically separate from his what's it called, normal attack, which is the nail. And then for the damage, the nail going to deal 40% of the current damage and perform different function based on the current lesson. Now, since this is Tusk Act 4 again, he will reverse movement for 6 seconds. So yes, this guy not only stun, he also reverse the enemy movement for 6 seconds, inflict hemorrhage of 35% of the current damage, and enemies will receive 10% damage from Tusk and Johnny, which will cap at 50%. And for 30 seconds, drain 2% HP. So this guy also drain HP percentage as well. Even though the what's it called, the cap is not that high, which is 200 billion, it's still something. So yeah, that's Johnny. Now Tusk Act 4, he will deal crippled, which Johnny doesn't. Johnny doesn't inflict anything, but he does inflict stun and reverse movement. Now for Tusk Act 4, as you can see right here, once this unit evolves to max, he will basically gain more damage, range, and he will also buff Johnny, and he will unlock 3 more upgrades, so on and so on. Now, his first passive, Infinite Spin. Upon attacking an enemy, he will inflict Infinite Spin, increasing Johnny's attack damage dealt against this enemy by plus 25%, and when marked enemies leave this unit range, permanently receive 3% damage per second. So yeah, this guy basically can lock on target, even though the target basically leave his range, the target will still get damaged by this unit right here, which is nuts. Now, again, he also can reverse movement as well. So not only that Johnny can reverse movement from this passive right here, he can also, his stand can also reverse movement, but for 15 seconds instead of 6, I believe. Where is it? Yeah, but instead of like a couple of seconds, what's it called? Tusk Act 4 will reverse the movement for 15 seconds, and he will also apply Despair after what's it called? An enemy survives 60 seconds outside of this unit range. So yeah, his second passive, which is Dark Determination, which he just got right here, which will activate it after Johnny, the main unit, kill 30 enemies, marked with Infinite Spin. Target the strongest unit on the map, each attack regardless of the positioning. So he basically have map wide range, and if the strongest enemy is already in AoE, he will deal 50% damage instead. And after the unit targets the strongest enemies on the map 10 times, he will enter this passive right here, which is Dark Determination, for 60 seconds. And what the passive does, it will basically buff Tusk Act 4. He will buff his own damage, range, and he will make his SPA faster. And every 3 attack, he will forcefully activate Unstable Vortex, which is another passive. And he will also increase Infinite Spin damage multiplier from 3% to 15%. So yeah. Now, Unstable Vortex Extreme, which will make it so that if this unit has not defeated an enemy in 3+ attack, which will make him basically a boss killer. Attack now inflict unstable. Enemies in range take 30% of this unit damage every second, and it will expire after this unit died. And I mean, not unit, enemy. And for every enemy killed, it will increase the Infinite Spin Johnny damage boost by 2.5%, which will cap at 25%. Now, for his last passive, which will be Wormhole Collapse Extreme, once an enemy's of spatial type enter 70% of his current range, he will inflict Extinguish for 10 seconds, reapply the Extinguish every 30 seconds in range, and he will also apply 100% of this unit current damage every 5 seconds. And after it ends, he will permanently receive 15% more damage from Johnny's Golden Nail. So these 2 units kind of go intertwined with each other. So that's quite long. This passive alone took like almost 10 minutes. Then for what's it called, his upgrade, he's actually not that expensive, but this is not where the main damage is. So 400 million damage, he will gain a new ability called Herbal Tea, which will make it so that he will basically have faster Golden Nail, nail meter no longer reduce, and he will also gain more damage, range, and he will also, what's it called, increase the nail damage as well. So you want to put this ability on auto ability. And then his second passive is called Wormhole, which will make it so that If you use this ability, you can basically teleport Johnny anywhere on the map, and then after that, he will deal 150% damage in range, and then he will also slow enemy down, knock enemies, and if an enemy leave his range while under slow, he will inflict mutilate. And also, you don't really need to move Johnny. If you put this ability on auto, it will basically automatically replace him on the same spot. So yeah, so this is max upgraded Johnny, and let's move on into Tusk, which is where the main damage will be. As you can see, the damage is nuts. And this is Tusk Act 4, 1 billion damage, 1.5 billion damage, 3 second SPA, 100 range, and then for Johnny, 830 million, 100 range, and 2 second SPA. And then for ability, Tusk Act 4 will have one which is Chumimi, which will make it so that he will inflict infinite spin on all enemies on the map. And what infinite spin does, it will basically make the enemies, if there's a time stop, it will make the enemies take, it will make the time stop longer for the enemies. And he will also forcefully enter Dark Determination mode. And also, Unstable Vortex now activated after 1 attack without a kill instead of 3. So yeah, this unit is nuts. And yeah, as I'm sorry that I lied about the video being quick. This guy passive is just insanely long. And let's activate the ability. Herbal Tea, and 925 million. And then also with Wormhole. And yeah, there you go. And then for Tusk Act 4. There you go, Tusk Act 4. 1.8 billion damage, 925 million damage. And this is his T energy. And he will also gain a new ability called the Final Lesson. Upon activation, he will gain the following buff for a minute, which is 50% more damage in range, loses 25% SPA, gains Soak, which is perfect because he is a water unit. And Nail now activate every 2 seconds instead of 10. And also, Nail meter no longer reduce again. Reduce Wormhole cooldown to 60 seconds, which is this one. And inflict infinite spin in range. And 1.4 billion damage. 2 second SPA, 154 range. And yeah, that's the best unit in the game. Johnny Tusk Act 4. And I would like to say that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.